But my best news, physically, which I'd like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is that I can walk properly now, okay? I walk heel to toe, which is the recommended way to walk. I'm hamming it up slightly. You seem very impressed. That's how you're supposed to walk. That's how you walk, heel to toe. It's not something that comes naturally to me. I actually walk on my toes naturally, but I now have something called corrective shoes, very sexy, and they force me to be a normal person like you. I'll show you. They're called orthotics, and they're in my shoes, and they're shaped to push my feet to behave normal, heel to toe. Because without them, well, I revert. I'll show you. I've got these little flat feet, and I walk as if I'm falling. That's my natural walk. Completely on my toes. Like I've been pushed at the beginning of the day. See you later. Oh, am I off? Okay, thank you, buddy. I'll be home at about 5:30 if I can find a route back to you. Okay. You'd have seen on my other DVDs. I can't stop myself. I'm literally just careening. And I run on my toes as well. I run up. This is my natural run. This is how I feel most comfortable. Please don't laugh, because people have laughed. I run up, because you're supposed to run on your heels and toes, but I mean, my feet won't do it. I've tried my whole life to be like you, but it just doesn't, I can't get it going. It just feels so unnatural to run like that. How do you get any speed anyway? I don't get it. I mean, why don't you just fucking run? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why don't you just run in your toes and walk in your toes? Be the man you were born to be. You don't have to conform to the masses. Well, the thing is, I do. Because when you're on your toes all the time, I had terrible pain in my calf muscles. And also, they've ballooned to a quite an unhealthy sort of monster level. I'm going to show you what I've done, but seriously, this will frighten some of you. You'll be pleased at your seats when I show you the monster that I have become. I literally have the biggest calves you've ever seen. I mean, to put it in perspective, they're the size of a shoe. Look at this. Yes, don't zoom in. That's just taking the piss, isn't it? But you can see what I've done. Look, that's what's happening. When you're on your toes, they're... It's like someone's trying to get out. Because I've actually got quite little thighs. Don't worry, I'm not going to take my trousers off. I'm just because I don't really use my thighs. I was on holiday in the summer, and I was in my shorts by the pool, and there was this kid with his mum, and he said, "Mummy, why is that man's legs on upside down?" That's rude. I chased him around the pool. Say that to my face, you little shit. People started laughing at my run. I know how to run, you wankers. So I got sent off to the clinic, the orthotics clinic, where they analysed my walking and they prescribed these things for my shoes. I've got to tell you, it's one of the funniest places I've ever been, because everybody in there was like me. They were my peeps. They all needed walking correcting. Nobody could walk in there. So I came in with my flat foot. My wife gave me a push from the car. Oh, okay, I'm going in now. Hello, I'm here for my 11:30. I do take a seat to be in shortly. Thank you for your help. I went and took a seat. The next guy came in. I'm not exaggerating. It was like he was ice skating. I don't even know how he was walking forward. His legs were thrusting left and right, but not forward. It was like he was doing everything. Like he kept changing his mind. Is it that way or that way? I have no idea what he did. He might as well just put his hands behind his back and just gone the whole hog. Well, I'm here for 11:45. I set off on foot at 6 a.m. Take a seat, please. Oh, is it all the way over there? Very annoying. Oh, shit, I've kicked you. I do that. I'm sorry. It's one of the reasons I'm here. This guy came out before us who had been seen, and he had this amazing sort of rolling hip, sort of all pelvis, like he was listening to music that you couldn't hear. It was actually pretty cool. But this guy had come out. He was in his orthotics. He had been fixed. God only knows the state of the man as he came to pick them up. Oh, I'm here to pick up my orthotics. Oh, thank you. It's better. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it's good. It's a step in the right direction, which is more than you can do. I saw you come in. Sorry about that, mate. I would have loved to have seen us all walking together. If somebody came in, there's a traffic warden outside. Oh, shit. Mine's the Vauxhall Astra. I'm never going to make it. I'm coming. I'll sort you out. Don't worry about that. Somebody say, traffic warden, here I come. Without these, come on! So now I'm back, I'm 100%, I'm heel to toe, I'm thrilled. My calves are actually getting a little smaller. I can put my shoes on like that so as not to waste time. And this happened the other night. I've got this slightly tight suit. Come on. All right. We're nearly... Oh, wait, it was! You're sitting there watching me do this on the screen. Why don't you help me, please? I can't do the show. Can you just put it down, would you mind? Don't pull me off the stage. I thought maybe your husband would help. Look at him, he's a... I'm sorry, Jim Wood. Sorry, I do have a show to do. Literally 15,000 people waiting, if you don't mind. Why didn't you do it? It's a strong... She's a doctor, apparently. She's a doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. And think back now that the internet is so much a part of our lives. Think back to our first password, because our minds, our brains are so filled with passwords. It's such a struggle for us to remember all the passwords. We go to businesses online and you go, I can't remember my password. And you put it, sometimes they lock you out. And they go, no, you've got one more try to remember your own password, you fucking idiot. Oh. Or you click, I forgot it, and they ask you questions about your life, and you don't even remember the answers. They're about your own life. What is your favorite pet? Oh no, I can't believe I chose one. The dog walks in. If it isn't me, I'm leaving. I'm literally walking out the door. Oh, the password. And at the beginning, we all had one password. It was our first password we can nostalgically remember. And we used it for everything. Every time we joined another business. Can I have your password? Yes, you can. That is my special word. And then companies started getting quite rude. You would put your password in and it would go, weak. Who are you to judge my special word? And they're like, I'm sorry, but the internet has become very popular. We need to strengthen your password. And businesses would insist, we must have from you a capital letter. I'm sorry, we will not be accepting passwords anymore unless it contains at least one capital letter. And we all momentarily considered our options before deciding to capitalize the first letter of our password. And for a period of time, that was fine. But the internet became even more popular. And then businesses started saying, I'm afraid you cannot join unless you have at least one capital letter and at least one number. Again, less than half a microsecond's consideration before we collectively decided, you shall be getting the number one. And that would be the end of my now capitalized password. And for a period of time, this was acceptable until a whole new, unexpected, and exciting dawn emerged. A world of special characters. We didn't even know what they were. And businesses would say, we need a capital letter. We need a number, but we will also require a special character. And we clicked on the button, please, can I have some examples of these special characters which you now insist upon? And we perused them. There they are. I had no idea these characters were so special until all of our eyes stopped upon the exclamation mark. You're coming with me. which we then put at the end of our now capitalised password, just after the 1. And it's at this moment that everybody at the London Palladium is thinking, I should probably change my password. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. Do that now. I need to think of another special word. Got to get that changed. We've all got into a bath that's too hot. And it's normally our own fault. We don't have time to wait. When we run the hot tap, when we run the cold, we don't have time to wait for the full, proper temperature to reveal itself. You just have it, that should be fine. You go away into your busy life and you come back, and you normally know as soon as your foot goes in. As soon as it goes in, you normally go, oh, I've run that a bit too hot. But often you don't realise it until you're in already. You get in and you start lowering yourself because it takes a while for the information that your feet are burning to reach your brain where the information has to go to tell you about it. Because it's really quite a long way for the information to travel. So you start lowering yourself and you're thinking, something doesn't feel altogether right here. Then it just hits you. You have a split-second decision. Do I stay or do I go? And many times you just go, I can't. Oh my God, I can't. And you end up standing naked in your bathroom. You look down, you've got these sort of red skin socks of pain. Ow! Look what I did to myself. Then you have to empty the hot out, put cold in, which involves sacrificing your arm to plunge to the plug. Plug plunging. Very dangerous. You look at your arm as if to say, this will hurt, I do apologise. Brace yourself. Sometimes you can't get a purchase. You're like, I could lose my arm! But the braver amongst us, there's many here tonight, and I count myself amongst you, will hover paddle. This is where you get into the bath. Even though it hurts, and you hover over the surface, you get the cold on, and you start paddling like a maniac. We can change this. It's getting better all the time now. Be brave! Be brave! Then you inherently know it's time to change direction now. Come on! It's getting better, come on. And then you have to test it. How is the water going? Is it ready to fully submerge? And you do this with your bottom. You select your bottom, and the task of your bottom is simply to dip in to see, is it ready? How's it going? How's it going? This is where I forget, unfortunately, that I have balls. It's not so much that I forget. It's more the angle of dangle means that my balls are now the closest thing to the surface of the water, not my bottom after all. And it comes as a nasty surprise. It's the most sensitive part of the human body. It's the last part of the human body, let's be honest, that you would volunteer to test boiling water with. No one's ever handed me a cup of tea and said, Michael, this might be a little bit on the hot side. Well, we shall soon find out, my friend. Hover, paddle, hardened bollocks there, my friend. I'm not brilliant with impressions. Accents, I can do a few accents. I give it a go, you know, regional accents. Everybody can do accents, by the way. A lot of people say, I can't do accents. I just can't do accents. I just can't do them. I can't do accents. Somebody do an accent, can't do it. I just can't do any accent. Which is nonsense, okay? Everybody has the ability to do any accent. If you were born in that place, you would pick it up, okay? You're just being lazy. I mean, you can do it. You don't meet people in Ireland going, hello, I'm Tommy. This is my wife, Susan. Say hello. Hello, I'm Susan. I'm Tommy's wife. This is my eldest, Tommy Jr. Right, Tommy Jr. Hello, I'm Tommy Jr. I'm the eldest son. This is my daughter, Siobhan. Say hello. I can't do accents. Bejesus. That's the best I can. Bejesus. I love the crack. I don't have anything against Irish people. I just can't do accents. My favourite accent, without a shadow of a doubt, is Geordie. I just love the Geordie accent. I met a Geordie quite recently. It was just me and him in a room. He said to me, "Are yous looking at us?" How many mistakes can you make in one sentence? A true Geordie says the letter A and the letter E in exactly the same way. How can you live under these conditions? A is ear and E is ear. It's unbelievable. How do they pass eye tests? Ear, 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 ear. A-E-I-O-U, Geordie. Ear, 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 ear. Old MacDonald had a farm. Ear, 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 ear. Unbelievable. What a struggle. You know, Northerners come and move to London and they lose their accent really quickly. I hate that. You say to people, like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Sheffield. Yeah, I'm from Sheffield. Yeah, I just love it. I'm Northern girl through and through. Yeah, I'm really into steel. Just love Sheffield. How long have you been living in London? Yeah, 3 weeks now. Just 3 weeks now. 3 weeks now. I'm just living here 3 weeks now. Really settled in. I'm like, well, what about your accent? I've still got my accent. Yeah. When I've had a drink, it all comes back. I just love it, sort of the end of work. You want to go for a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. I'll have a dry white wine. Did I need that? What a day! I will be attempting a vague Yorkshire accent. I'll do my homework. Hey up! Hey up! That's supposed to be hello, according to you. Summit. I walked past a person yesterday who said, I gotta get summit in my stomach. Obviously a food lover there. Summit, nout. And my favourite, of course, is the fact that the word the has not reached this area. Because we have it in the south. It's freely used, the word the. I don't know when it is. I think somewhere around junction 25 of the M1, the word the just stops at services and go, I can go no further. I'm going to stay here with my friends Nothing and Something. We'll stay here. You go on ahead, okay? You're sure they're not coming? No. They can just go, voila. My first experience of this is when I went to the cinema in Leeds a few years ago. I saw The Lion, The Witch, and The Wardrobe. I had more fun asking the woman what I'd booked to see than watching the entire film itself. Sorry, what is it I'm seeing here today? Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. Are you kidding? Want to see something else? Is there naught else to see here? You taking to piss? I thought it'd be a nice idea, maybe just for a bit of fun, to go to HMV and get The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and an album by 70s sensation The, and line them up on the counter of HMV in Leeds City Centre. What is it I'm purchasing here today? Took Lion, took Witch and took Wardrobe. Took Good, took Bad and took Ugly. And took... Thank you so much. Next person in the queue. Have you got Nout Compares to Me by Sinead O'Connor? Have you got this Summit About Mary? Have you got A Up by Lionel Richie? A Up. Is it me you're looking for? Let's find out where we're all from, ladies and gentlemen. Where are Londoners? Applaud if you're a Londoner. Yeah. Very good. Northerners. Yeah, where are you from? Newcastle. All right, that's nice. Well done in the football. That's going well, isn't it? Sorry to do the accent. Everywhere I go, I try to speak in the accent. Do you know what I mean? Irish. I'm not very good at this accent. But the Irish accent, it seems quite jolly, doesn't it? Hello, how are you? It's jolly. As long as you're smiling, you can do a pretty good Irish accent. But Northern Irish, this is right next door to them. Suddenly, everything in the whole world seems incredibly depressing to me right now. How can your
face to complete the opposite to that. I'm over here, but I'm right next door to you, and I decided that they're ours.
I don't understand how these accents can evolve like that. Some evolution of accents I understand. Like when you go west in England, when you head west, you'll hit like Bristol, and they've got this like West Country like that. They'll start talking like that. We're in Bristol now. We're a little bit busy, so we speak basically with this accent, but it's quite fast because we're like a city. We've got like things to do. We're like got businesses and that, right? We've got like a city centre. Then you go to Devon. You keep going west. You go to Devon, and it's the same accent, but it's a bit slower now. All right? We don't have quite as much going on here as they do in the city of Bristol. We're in Devon now, so we're just going to speak in the same accent, but we'll just take our time with it because we've got more time, right? By the time you get to Cornwall, it's just. You get a sense of the evolution. The funnest accent for me is South African, right? The South African accent is quite a fun one to do, yeah? If you've got some time on your hands, you can do the South African accent on your own, yeah? As long as you make sure that every syllable that you say has nothing to do with the syllable that comes directly before the one you've just said. You're pretty much doing a South African accent, okay? Australia's quite fun, okay? There's a lot of Australians living over here in London. They're pretty, you know, they talk quite fast as well. They're pretty hyper, yeah? Because they've come a long way, you know? They're going to make the most of it. It's like, you know, it took me a day. I lost a day of my life to be here, so I'm going to make up for it now, okay? They find out where the decibel level is in the room, and we're going to go slightly above that, okay? That's how we're going to play it over here in London. So when I went to Australia touring, I thought it was going to be full of people doing this. Hello, welcome to Australia. But they're not like that at all. The people who haven't left Australia are the most relaxed people I think I've ever come across. They literally have all the time in the world to finish sentences. I mean, with 13 hours ahead, you're never going to catch up anyway. Everyone pretends to be experts in wine. We've all got this sort of, we all just take part in this weird lie that we're all connoisseurs in wine. A lot of people drink and like wine, but let's be honest, at least 90% of us are not experts in the field of wine. But we go out to restaurants, we all play this sort of bullshit production that we know about wine. Nobody at the table knows anything about wine. The waiter himself, he knows nothing about wine. We know red colour and white colour. That's all you know. But you all pretend you know a great deal more. Would you like to see the wine list? He might as well be saying, would you like the book of gibberish? Yes, I would. Let me pretend I'm looking at that. Ignore all the words and focus entirely on the prices. Let's do that. I want this one. You just pointed. You don't have the confidence to say it. I want this one. Ah, a fine choice. I have no idea if that's a fine choice. I don't fuck all about wine myself. But it's all part of the bullshit production. Then they come and they show you the bottle. You have to stop your conversation to stare at a bottle of wine. But you go along with it because it's all part of it. It's the only part of the meal you need to witness that it's coming from the right source. It's not like you order a hamburger and they come up with a photo of a cow. This is a cow. It's the kind of thing. You happy with this? Yes, that's exactly the kind of thing I meant when I ordered a hamburger. Then they open it in front of you. You have to witness the opening of the wine. Complete nonsense. It's not like you have the steak and they come out and go, I'm just flipping those over now. All right, just that part of it so you can see what's going on. Then comes the key part. The pouring of the wine. Who will try the wine? Who will take the lead role in this bullshit production? And nobody wants to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Normally someone will give you up. You do it. Okay. I will try the one. It's almost as if time stands still. Pour a little bit, everyone's staring at you. The waiter is waiting for your verdict. Yes. That's wine. That is wine. I've had wine before. This is exactly what it tastes like. It looks like Ribena, but I confirm it isn't Ribena. It's wine. Everyone should have some of this. I always thought you were tasting it to see if you liked it. I thought it was like a taste test. Apparently you're tasting it to see if it's corked, which means it's off. They're asking you to determine whether it's off, and if it's off, they'll bring you another bottle. I'm paying for it. Why don't you ascertain in your own time whether it's off or not? And if it is, don't serve it to me. It's not like you order the coffee and they come up with the milk going, it smells funny. Will you try it for me? Cheesy! But you go along with it because it's restaurants. You just go along with things in restaurants. Because you think it's the way you have to behave in restaurants. You sit in this most expensive restaurant with like some bread for the table, some water for the table. The table's having a better night than I am at this stage. And who actually wants bread and water before your meal? I could get this at an orphanage. I'm paying a lot of money to be here. But you go along with it because you're in a restaurant. You order your main course with like some side orders. No, just give me food on a plate. I don't need satellites of food surrounding my food. Is it to make you feel like you're eating less? Yes, I would like some side orders. In fact, I'd like some potato dauphinoise behind me. Put them behind me. I want carrots in a drawer under the table. Cream of spinach behind the cistern and the loo. No one will ever know. Just go along with it because you're in a restaurant. Coffee as well, at the end of a meal. Even at dinner, 11:30 at night. You're about to go to bed. Can I get anyone a coffee? If my wife said to me at home at 11:30 at night after dinner, do you want a coffee? I'd go, have you lost your fucking mind? Why would I want a coffee? You're talking about the drink that we get ourselves out of bed in the morning with? The high caffeine drink to get you going in the day? You want to have that now before bed? Is this some kind of an experiment, you nutter? In a restaurant? Yes, I think I'll have a latte. What would you like? An espresso for me, just an espresso. 2 o'clock in the morning. Can you sleep? Of course I can't sleep. I had a fucking espresso and coffee cake. I might just go to work now and wait there. But it's Friday. I don't care. You know, if you spill red wine on the sofa, they tell you to put white wine on it. That's nonsense. That's for people who have nothing else in the house. That's for drunk people. It's for alcoholics. Who in their right mind? Only someone who's pissed would spill red wine and go, white wine? Red wine? Piss? Should I just piss on it? I've spilled Baileys, let me think. Cointreau, that'll do it. It's the weirdest thought process, but still there are people sitting here thinking, it does work, it does work. Don't take it. It does work. The one that's really annoyed me, and this has literally annoyed me since I was like a toddler, is when people take a photo and they go, say cheese, and everyone goes, cheese. Why are we behaving like that? That is not how people say cheese. This is how people say cheese. Cheese. What's wrong with all of us? You're not in the supermarket pushing the trolley. Excuse me, mate, do you work here? I'm looking for the cheese. I think it's all four for cheese. You want salt and vinegar or cheese and onion? Pathetic. Gentlemen, the mainstay of any meal will be salt and pepper. Salt and pepper are so phenomenally successful in the herb and spice arena. They arrogantly sit on the table, knowing that whatever you want to prepare, you will require one of us. Either myself or my dear friend Pep. Isn't that right? Right you are, Sultan. You've been keeping busy? Oh, breakfast this morning, I was all over that. But there are other herbs and spices. Oregano, thyme, rosemary, cumin, paprika. They're all lined up in the cupboard, waiting. Sometimes the cupboard door opens, they see salt and pepper on the table. Look at them, the bastards. What have they got? What have they got that we don't have? I just don't get it. I don't get it either. Neither do I. I can't even see them from here. What do they look like? You ever been out of the cupboard, cumin? Once, I think, for bolognese. They said it was an experiment. That was in 1992. I don't think it worked. But I remain hopeful. What about you, Sage? You ever been out of the cupboard? I actually used to live with them at their old house, and then they moved me here and put me back in this cupboard. No. What about you, Paprika? I fell out once. They just put me back in the wrong way round. 7 years I was like this. Every day I pray. I pray for it to be goulash day. But it is never goulash day. I've still got the plastic on my head. Why the fuck did they buy me? I don't understand it. What about you? Who are you on the end? My name is Five Spies. You ever gone out of the cupboard, Five Spies? I am no one spies. I am 5 spies. I am 5 times as good as all of you. Yes, but have you ever been out of the cupboard? I have been using recipes for thousands of years. But have you ever been out of this cupboard? No. Excuse me, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt all this nonsense. Tired of listening to all your whining, because the fact is, I have been in this cupboard for longer than all of you put together. Sorry, who are you? John West, tuna. Nice to meet you. This is my wife, Tin Salmon. I should tell you my most exciting news, by the way, that I've had another baby. I have 2 babies now. I am fertile to the tune of 2 children. That is very nice. It's very nice for you all to acknowledge my fertility. He was a late baby in the sense that babies have they give you a due date, and then if they miss it, it's not his fault, it's his fault. Like, sorry, I was busy. Sorry, I'm late. He was late. So yeah, basically, there's a due date, and then he was after the due date, and my wife was obviously hugely pregnant. You get very uncomfortable, as you can imagine, and waddling around. So, oh, I need to get this baby out of me. I need this baby out of me, Michael. It's hurting. I need this baby. I can't walk. I need this baby. So we had to, my first baby was early, so I knew nothing about this. And everybody kept recommending these ways to naturally induce labor. Okay? They're hilarious. Obviously, people in this room have children. Do you want to just furnish people who don't know how they tell you to induce labor? Curry, correct. And? Sex and curry, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just go through that one more time. Sex and curry. There's no prizes for guessing who might have come up with this theory. Men are sitting in pubs going, I can't believe we got away with that. I've had curries all week. Last night I had a curry on her back whilst we were having sex. Can you reach the yoghurt from there? It's a bit hot. You all right? So anyway, of course, we tried it until we were thrown out of the Raj King, Muswell Hill. Get out! I get to be with my other child, Lucas, who's 3, and he goes to playgroup. I take him to playgroup, which is one of the most surreal experiences. Okay, playgroup, for those of you without children, is basically a place where you go when your child is tired of the toys that they have at home. You take them to these sort of church halls where they have these diseased, dirty toys. And you literally go, good luck, and they sort of toddle in there, picking up arms and bits of hair and batteries. And there are other children there who sometimes mistake you for their own parent. They come over with runny nose, you go, be next door, and you just have to suddenly go, They only have love for this one. Because that's what they have. There are other children who take from your child. They take, okay? They will literally, because they don't know anything about, life yet. So my child will be playing with like a head of a doll and enjoying it. And then another child will toddle over and snatch the head and toddle off. And my child will cry, huge tears of like, oh. And then their mother will come over and go, oh, I'm so sorry. They've just got to learn how to share. They've just got to learn how to share. And you agree with this. You go, yes, they've got to learn how to share. What you really want to say is it's not really about sharing and more about theft. You see? Your child stole the head from my child. If you took my car keys and drove off in my car, do you think I'd be going, Daddy's sharing the car? You're a thief, so is your fucking child. Do you understand? So he's doing very well, my son, in the sense that he talks now, okay? He talks like a normal person, and because this is the worry. You have children, you want them to talk and walk, okay? Talking and walking are the two things you worry all the time, and some parents are like, he's not walking, he just won't walk. And I'm like, mine won't talk. Yours won't walk, mine won't talk. It's a nightmare. And you freak out because you worry that your child won't pick it up. But you've got to just relax. They will pick it up. You know, you don't go to cocktail parties and people go, have you met my husband? And he comes crawling in. Nice to meet you. Sorry, I can't walk. A few steps, fall over. Do you want to play ball? So you just got to chill out. It'll happen, all right? And my son was the slowest talker, I think, in history. He was literally learning a word a year. His first year, he learned the word for car. That's all he had. Car! And then the next one was no. He just had no. No! Which is difficult because he only had no and car. No car! That was the extent of conversation with him. And it's very difficult when there's no word for yes. Everything is no. No! He's like, do you want to go to bed? No! Do you want to eat? No! Do you want to play? No! No! Is it? I had to ask him double negatives just to get him to agree to do anything. Do you not want to go to bed? No! Good idea! No! Car! That's all he had. It's embarrassing, because other children were like in conversations. We had to hang around cars a lot to make it feel like he was doing better for his age. Other kids would walk past, I'd point to a tree. Is that a car? No, car! Genius child. But we were worried, we were genuinely worried that we was going to, in 30 years' time, I'd be carving the turkey at Christmas, going, more turkey, no car. It's like, ah! So one morning, I'm making his breakfast, right? My wife is asleep, she's in bed, she's asleep, she's on a lion, I'm doing the early shift. We're together, and what you do with babies, or kids, whatever, toddlers, is that you say words and you offer them the chance to repeat it. That's the only technique we've come up with. So I'm offering him stuff. Would you like some cereal? Want cereal? Can you say cereal? No. Car. Want some toast? Can I get you some toast? Would you like toast? Can you say toast? No. Car. Okay. Croissant? I knew it was ambitious. But I felt there was a small chance you could have gone, oui, je voudrais un croissant. Oh, he's French! Darling, wake up! He's French! Bonjour, je m'appelle papa et maman. 4, isn't it? Bonjour, papa. Bonjour, maman. Je voudrais un café au lait et un brioche. She wants brioche. She's a genius! Even those 2 words in English. What were we worried about? That didn't happen. Then I said to him, would you like some juice? Would you like some juice? Can you say juice? And he just looked at me, just stared me right in the eyes, his little face staring up at mine. And he just went, juice. I'm telling you, it was magic. It was magic. My heart bled, tears streaming. I was like, oh, my son will be a normal human. I ran in, woke up my wife, which, by the way, is dangerous, all right? You don't wake a sleeping woman on a lion. There are only 2 caveats to this. If a celebrity has died or it's snowing, these are the only times man feels confident enough to wake a woman. So I go in there, I'm jiggling, darling, wake up. She's like, what? Who died? It's snowing in August? What's happened? Right, listen to this. Say juice. He goes, juice. So listen, it transpires that, okay, he says juice. I was there. I know he means juice. I was there with the juice. Unfortunately, he does say Jews. He says Jews. And I go, juice. He goes, Jews. All right? We live in North London, one of the most Jewish areas in the country. It's rendered us almost housebound. I have a child that when we take him out, repeats the phrase over and over again, no Jews, no Jews. I'm trying to teach him. I've got the book. You probably remember the book. A for apple, B for ball, C for cat, D for dog. X, always my favourite, for xylophone. I love the way when you're growing up, it's one of the first things you learn in the world, xylophones. One of the 26 most important things. This is a xylophone. They're 2 years old. Here's a xylophone. You will never meet a xylophone player in your life. But here is a xylophone. The only word invented to give me something to say when I get to X in the alphabet. Good luck. And then all these words associated, affable, cat, dog, all this nonsense get changed because you get older, you get more mature, and you think, I can't use that. I'm an adult now, I've got an adult brain. Suddenly we deal with Alpha, Bravo, Tango, Foxtrot, Delta, Echo, Zulus. But nobody bothers to learn it. Unless you're in the police force, you don't have access to this information when you need it. So I'll be on the phone giving my postcode, like it's N10. They go, is that M for Mike? You go, no, that's N for... And then you forget every word beginning with N. In the world. It should be quite an easy question. N for... I do know this. Darling, any word, knickers. I panicked. And they end up thinking of the weirdest word ever. A word you think, I can't use this, can I use this? It's all I've got. I'm going, nougat. It's all I've got, nougat. And for nougat, sir. Yes, nougat. So anyone go, thank you. And filth. It's amazing how much filth you have in your head. You find it out at this moment. I'll go S. They go, is that F for foxtrot? No, S for slut. Slag, suck, slut, squirt. Sex, scrotum. Supervisor! Fine, we'll use yours. Thanks for bailing me out. Sometimes I like to throw them a curveball for my own entertainment. G for gnome. It's Christmas! Oh yeah, Christmas, all happening now, innit? It's all happening. Oh, the women, you can see they get that sort of organisational look in their eye. It's just completely obsessed with planning. I've got to get ready. I've got so much to think about. It happens, I think, at the final firework on fireworks night. When you have the finale, and the smoke clears and you see all the women going, Christmas. Got to start getting ready for Christmas now. Christmas is coming. Don't talk to me. I'm thinking, I'm planning. There's so much to do, darling. Men do the tree. I love getting my tree and putting my tree up in my house. Come, darling, see the tree I chose. Big bushy tree. And then you decorate it. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And one of the main things you have to do when decorating a tree, as we all know, is you have to make sure that the plug is right at the back and the wire so you can't see it, so it doesn't ruin the aesthetic. The problem with this, of course, is that every night you leave it on because it looks so lovely. Then you're halfway up the stairs and you stop. And you think, there could be a fire. Which means that literally every night of December, before bed, I'm downstairs under the tree. Darling, can you help me? I can't reach the button. Tell you what, December, prime time for sellotape and scissors. That's when these two really come into their own, isn't it? By the way, everyone in this room has sellotape and scissors, and you think you know where they are. They're probably not there, because they're always on the move. You're sitting there going, I actually know where my sellotape and scissors are, but no, not when you want them, not when you bloody want them. You'll be opening the drawer. I thought they were, who's moved the scissors? They move on their own, the scissors. They're crafty little bastards. And the sellotape, as soon as you leave the sellotape unattended, it will wind itself up when you're not looking. Days on end of December are spent with me just looking round the tape. How could this have happened? Surely soon I will find a way in. You look at your watch, I think I've been here now for 3 days. And then you find it. Finally, I'm in. And you get some kind of weird backward triangle bit. I'm not in. I thought I was in, but I'm not in. Sometimes you give up. I'm not going to look for the scissors anymore. I'm going to buy new scissors. I don't care. I don't need to spend my whole life looking for scissors. I'm going to get new scissors. You think you've won. You think you've won, don't you? You get your new scissors. I've got some new scissors. Forget the old scissors. I'm going to spend my whole life looking for those babies. Here's my new scissors. Then you realise that the scissors come in a plastic packaging that closely covers the scissors. And you can't get in unless you have scissors. The very thing you need is staring at you through the plastic window. And they look at you, don't they? Find a way in, dickhead. You can't, can you? Go on, find your old scissors. You thought you'd won. You haven't won. We've won. The scissors have won. Most people use the scissors in the classic scissor way, don't they? They cut. You know how to use scissors. You get the paper, you see how much you might need, then you start cutting like that. That's how people cut. But there are some people amongst us, gifted, special people. The gliders. These people are amazing, hidden within normal society. Some can even do the ribbon thing. Most of us, we're not gifted in this way. But every single year, each and every non-gifted glider attempts the glide. Make sure that nobody is looking. We try and do something we've seen other people do. I think you probably just push it there. I've ruined the paper! I've ruined the paper! It was supposed to go but it went... I will save my next attempt for next year. And of course, the gluttony is insane. The amount of eating, we don't even know that we're capable of eating as much as we eat on Christmas Day. We spend the rest of the year having meat and 2 veg, and then it's suddenly 7 meat, 15 veg, please. And you sit there and you pile it up. I mean, there's vegetables going all over the table. There's not even... Sometimes there's not enough room on the table for vegetables. You've got vegetables on side tables, some on the floor. People are just passing around. You get a bit of panic. Have I had carrots? I need carrots. I need carrots. Have you had the parsnips? You don't even know if you've had anything. I don't know. There's such a huge pile. I think I see something orange in here. I may have had carrots. I'll tell you when I get down to that level. People around the dining table just stuffing food in their faces, farting Brussels sprouts. You've got sausages fencing other foods in. And you eat so much that you then announce that that's it. You actually can't even believe you've eaten so much food. Sometimes people are undoing their buttons. I don't think I've ever eaten so much I can't move. Can you move? I can't. I feel so sick. Oh, my God. You still sometimes see stray vegetables on the table. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just... And then you've got to get to the sofa. That's at that stage in the day, all you're thinking is sofa. But you're so full, you can't even move. This is where I actually genuinely believe that the farting helps you. It helps propel you to the sofa. I am not kidding. You could actually sense with my grandmother that she was being propelled. You could see the acceleration along the corridor, as if she moved. She actually stopped in the middle of the corridor. We had to give her more sprouts. Just a couple to get her over the edge. And then you're on, you've made it. So this show, ladies and gentlemen, is going out on Christmas Day itself. Christmas Day! Yes. There's such a magic, isn't there, to that day. It's very different doing a Christmas show leading up to Christmas as opposed to doing it on Christmas Day. It's such a special, magical day. There's such a build-up to it that when you're in it, you can't even believe that you're in it. You know, you open the curtains and you're like, that's my road. On Christmas Day. Sometimes you see other people. Look at that man walking his dog. On Christmas Day. I'm having my morning pee. On Christmas Day. Sometimes you visit relatives, you see other people in their cars. You look at them at the traffic lights. Look at them! On Christmas Day! There's an aeroplane in the sky! On Christmas Day! And this goes through the whole day. Until you go to bed when you're just drifting off to sleep going, oh, that's the end of Christmas Day! And then all the magic completely disappears overnight. And the next day you're just walking along going, I'm going for a walk. On Boxing Day. It's gone! The magic is gone! And then, quite frankly, you are into the strangest 6 days of the whole year. It is 6 days between Christmas Day and New Year's where nobody quite knows what's going on, who they are. You don't even know what day it is. We get so confused by they've started to change. The days aren't called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now they're called, Boxing Day, Christmas Eve, so you lose track of it. And you're so full and hungover as well. People just wandering around in a daze. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. Are the shops open? Do the shops open? Have the sales started? I don't know what day it is. Should I start my diet today? Do I start it today? Is there post today? Does the post come back? Can I park here today? What day is it? Can I park here? When do the bins get taken away? I've never had more rubbish in my life. Can I eat this bit of the turkey, or is the turkey finished? Can I have this bit of the turkey? What time is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on? Nobody knows what they're doing. Also, all the stuff that you get for Christmas, what happens to it? What happens to it? I know we get big presents and it's exciting, but there are certain things that I don't remember throwing away, but I never see them again after Christmas Day. Everything I or anyone in my family has ever won in a cracker, where is it? Where does it go? I have no recollection of binning it, but I've never had nobody has experienced somebody at any stage in the year just saying anything along the lines of, does anyone fancy a game of mini cards? Mini cards? I find the full-size deck a little bit overwhelming. Can we just play with the tiny cards? I'm almost at my baggage allowance, so I bought my miniature cards that I won at Christmas. Why measure the whole carpet when we can measure this section and guess the rest? With my mini tape measure, I won at Christmas. Does anyone have the tiniest amount of sewing I could attend to? Not a lot of sewing. Not a rip or a tear, just a fray. So anyway, how are you? Let me consult my mini coloured curly fish. It's curling up at the sides. I'm jealous. Then you meet people and sometimes you need to exchange numbers and I must take your number. Sometimes you have no intention of phoning each other and they go, you must take my number, take my number. You must take my number. Then they'll phone you on their mobile phone. They'll put your number into their phone and then your phone rings and then you've both got each other's numbers. That's the modern way to exchange numbers. But I always forget that's what's happening and feel quite excited when I get a call. They'll phone me and I'll go, sorry, I don't know who this is. Hello? And they're over there going, it's me, what are you doing? Oh, sorry. You know what upsets me about mobile phones? There's no system for the delivery of your mobile phone number. With landlines, everybody knows the situation because we've been using landlines for a long time now. There's the code, then there's the 3 digits, and then there's the remaining 4 digits, and we break them up into these easily digestible little groups so that we can cope with it in our brains. But with mobile phones, nobody's come up with a system that everybody uses, so much so that I give people my mobile phone number, they read it back to me to check that it's the correct number, and I don't recognise my own phone number. I go, it's 0779 632 318. They go, right, so that's 077 16 13 12 18. I don't know. It's your number, sir. I know, but you've ruined it, haven't you? You started improvising with my digits. I didn't give you permission to improvise with my digits. It's my number, we'll do it my way. I don't know how to, there's so many options. I've got 3 sevens. Do you do 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777, 777? Do you do 0 or 0? Sometimes I change in the same number. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You don't have a phone, do you? I don't have a phone. The other day I was on the phone to my bank, and they said, you need to take our other number. Have you got a pen? Oh, by the way, at this point, people always go yes, even though they don't have the pen yet. We all like to play a little game with ourselves called Find a Pen before they start giving the number. So they'll go, have you got a pen? You go, yes, and you're frantically looking for the pen. There's a pen, I need a pen! Then they start and you don't have one yet, and you have to pretend you're taking down. That's 0, 0, 7, I don't know. As long as you never find the pen, you have to go through the whole 9, 9, 0, 5. I didn't get the number. Did you get the number? I didn't have a pen. Sometimes when you're in the car and you can't write it down, you'll split the number between you and whoever else is in the car. Right, I've got 456, you've got 7929, 456. Well, remember, it's 7929, 456, 7929. All right, what is it? 456. I don't remember. Fuck you! not my bit! So she says, have you got a pen on the bank? Yeah, I'm talking to the bank. She says, have you got a pen? Right, the other number is 0845 billion. Sorry, I don't... Sorry, what billion, what? I don't know billion. How many noughts in billion? What are you doing? And then I thought, this is a fabulous idea. Just say the entire number, people can work it out for themselves. So what's your number? It's 07,709,633,310. Write it down, learn to add. It's the future of numbers! FaceTime is when you phone someone's face. You phone their face with your face. That's very important. You basically, you don't phone them like that. You need to see their face. And it's quite exciting when it's connecting. You sort of phone them and then it starts connecting and it goes around, oh, and then you start to prepare yourself. Oh, FaceTime is nearly upon us. And then when it connects, you can't believe it. It's like you've connected with another planet. Hello! Where are you? That's the key question, where are you? And once you've established where you both are, you realise there's a little box in the corner which shows you what they can see, which is your own face. Well, this is far too distracting. You don't look at their face at all now. You now just have FaceTime with your own face. You spend the whole time trying to make yourself look as attractive as possible during the conversation. You flick your eyes over, they're doing exactly the same. They're looking at their own face. There's no point to FaceTime at all. You might as well just phone them on a landline and hold up a hand mirror the whole time and look at your own face. So thank you for coming here. Thank you for spending a little bit of time away from your mobile phones, because I know it's a little tense in the modern world. I don't know what happens to chargers. Everybody gets a charger with their phone. Why do households always end up with one charger in the kitchen? That everybody fights and steals. There's no love in homes anymore. People will steal power now. You put your phone on charge and leave it for a period of time. You'll come back after a few hours expecting it to be on 80, 90, 100%. Your phone is just next to the charger and somebody else in the house is on the charger. And they defend it, all about the battery life. You've stolen. Why did you take my phone off the charger? You were on 62, and I was only on 14. I don't remember announcing to the house, guys, keep an eye on my phone. As soon as I hit 62, that's enough for me. That's good enough. People cannot cope. When your phone runs out of battery, it's like your life is over. How am I going to live? How am I going to live? I've got no power. My phone's dead. My phone's dead. You suddenly miss all these things. I can't look up on Google. I can't look at photos. I can't receive calls. I don't know what I'm going to do. The maps, I might need the maps. I don't know what to do. But it wasn't so long ago, okay? Many people in this room will remember this, that we used to not have mobile phones. And it wasn't such a panic when we left the house. We didn't used to leave the house and go, oh, I don't think I can leave all this stuff behind. I might need it. Can you open the boot? I'm going to need to bring all my encyclopedias. I might need to look something up. I'm going to bring some board games. Is that all right? I'm going to take some board games. Every photograph I've ever taken, I'm going to take all of those. My A to Z, my ordnance survey map. All my record collection, I'll need the back seat as well. All right, I'll take that compass. Oh, and the torch. That's fine. You don't need those things! I came up on train. Train is... I was facing backwards, which is never good. You always think, can I cope with facing backwards? When it starts, woo! I don't want to face backwards. You hold on to your ticket because they will be inspected. People will inspect your tickets. Even tonight, you've come in, you will hold on to your ticket. Even though you're in, you feel, I better hold on. You'll never know. You look at it, do I need this? Okay, well, I will hold on to this. You even do this on aeroplanes. There's no reason for this. Once you're on the aeroplane, you look at your ticket, and well, I'll put it in pouch, you never know. It's very unlikely halfway through the flight, someone's going to go, tickets, please! I don't have it. Stop the plane! We tend to keep ourselves amused on the train by trying to read stations you're not stopping at. Very, very difficult. I think impossible, because they have the name written all the way on the platform, but you can never quite catch it in your memory. Here comes another one. A, B, something. Did you get it? I didn't get it. But the best way of entertaining yourself is, of course, listening to other people's phone conversations. And I'm coming up, and this bloke gets on the train. He was like an angry-looking sort of businessman. he had a face that was now contorted into being constantly unpleasant. You know when people are just so rude so many times, their face just becomes just angry. And you look at them and you say, that is not a nice person. That is awesome. There is no way anything good can come out of his face. You couldn't imagine going, I love you. Can I help you with that bag, darling? So this guy sits down, right? He gets out his phone and he goes, Ian! It was the loudest I've ever heard anybody speak on the show. He went, Ian! Everyone on the couch was like, who is this Ian? What is happening? People on other carriages going, there is an announcement about Ian. What's going on? I think it was also one of those moments, you know, when a train comes in the opposite direction and everyone momentarily thinks they're going to die. When it's we're not dead. Are we dead? No, we're not. Why don't they warn you? Why don't they come and say, OK, you're not going to die? Now! OK. So he goes, Ian, it's Dad. I'm on train. In the north, you like to get to the heart of the sentence. I'm on train. Have you got homework? Geography? Right, do it. And make it neat. And then he hung up the phone. And I think there was a shared feeling on the train of panic for Ian's well-being. What should happen should he smudge into the margin whilst drawing his oxbow lake? We didn't know at this point. But then it sort of settled down. We carried on the train, trying to read the stations, just chilling out. After about 10 minutes, he swore to himself. He wasn't even on the phone. He just went, shit! And everybody's not on the phone. He's not on the phone! Is he on the phone? He's mad! The man's insane! He picked up the phone and went, Ian, it's Dad again. I've taken the wrong bloody train! It was the most satisfying moment. How are you getting on with your geography? Finish it, and I'll check it. And he hung up the phone, and this woman just said, excuse me, love, you're currently travelling in the wrong direction. I think you need to concentrate more on your own geography. All right. A brilliant moment.